You're not here by accident. Every moment of your life, every challenge, every setback, every unanswered question has led you to this point. But here's the truth most people never realize. You weren't created to simply exist. You weren't meant to live on autopilot, just checking off society's boxes. There is a divine mission on your life, something only you can fulfill. But most people never discover it, not because it's hidden, but because they're too distracted chasing things that were never meant for them. Society conditions you to believe that success is about hustle, status, and financial security. That if you just work hard enough, sacrifice enough, and prove yourself enough, you'll finally feel fulfilled. But if that were true, why are so many successful people still empty? Why do so many people who have it all still feel lost? What if I told you that chasing success is the very thing keeping you from it? That the more you force something that isn't aligned with your purpose, the further you get from what was meant for you? Here's the truth. The life you're searching for is already written. You don't have to chase it. You have to align with it. By the end of this video, your entire perspective will shift. You'll understand why most people never find true fulfillment and how you can break free from the cycle of struggle. Stay with me, because this message might be the wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Let's get into it. Section 1. The illusion of security. Most people spend their entire lives chasing security. A stable job, a predictable income, a well-respected title. These are the things society tells you to prioritize. From the time you were a child, you were conditioned to believe that if you just worked hard enough, played by the rules, and followed the traditional path, you would be safe. You would be set for life. But here's the harsh reality. That kind of security is an illusion. Look around. People with decades of experience are losing their jobs overnight. Industries that once thrived are becoming obsolete. The very systems that were supposed to guarantee security are crumbling. So if security isn't found in a paycheck, a career, or even an education, then where is it? The truth is, when you chase after external security, you are placing your faith in something that can be taken from you at any moment. You are depending on a system that was never built for you to truly thrive. And deep down, you already know this. That's why no matter how much money you make, you still feel anxious about the future. That's why, no matter how many achievements you rack up, you still feel like something is missing. Real security doesn't come from what the world gives you. It comes from alignment with your divine purpose. Because when you are walking in your purpose, doors open effortlessly. Resources flow naturally. The right people and opportunities appear when you need them, not because you fought for them, but because they were meant for you. So the question is, are you willing to let go of the illusion of security to step into something greater? Or will you keep running in circles, chasing something that was never meant to last? But here's where most people get stuck. They confuse work with their purpose. And that's exactly what we'll break down next. Section 2. The difference between work and purpose. Most people believe their job is their purpose. They tie their entire identity to their career, thinking that their value is measured by their title, their salary, or how hard they work. But this is one of the biggest traps of modern society. Your work is what you do to make a living. Your purpose is why you were created. These are not the same thing. A job can be taken away. A company can shut down. An industry can disappear overnight. But your purpose? That's eternal. It was placed inside you before you were even born, designed specifically for you. It doesn't disappear when the economy crashes. It doesn't vanish when a boss decides to fire you. But here's the problem. Most people spend their entire lives chasing jobs instead of discovering their true purpose. They settle for whatever pays the bills, even if it drains their soul. They stay stuck in careers that bring no fulfillment because they believe they have to. Society has convinced them that the only way to survive is to trade their time for money, even if it means sacrificing their joy, their health, and their dreams. But what if that's not how it was meant to be? What if you weren't created to chase opportunities, but to attract them? What if your gifts, your natural talents, passions, and unique skills were actually the key to unlocking the kind of abundance you've been searching for? See, when you're in alignment with your purpose, everything shifts. You no longer have to force doors open. You no longer have to struggle just to make ends meet. Instead, the right opportunities flow to you. Why? Because you're finally operating in the lane you were meant to be in. But to get there, you have to make a crucial shift from a seeking mentality to a discovering mentality. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. Section 3, the shift from seeking to discovering. Most people are in a constant state of seeking. They're always looking for the next job, the next promotion, the next opportunity. They chase success as if it's something outside of them, something they have to struggle to reach. But seeking comes from a place of lack. It's rooted in fear, the fear of not having enough, not being enough, not achieving enough. And when you live in that state, you'll always feel like you're running a race you can never win. But here's the truth. Your purpose isn't something you have to chase. It's something you have to uncover. Think of it like this. If you were born with a treasure buried inside of you, would you need to go searching the world to find it? Of course not. You'd simply need to dig deep enough to uncover what's already there. That's the difference between seeking and discovering. Seeking is driven by external pressure, by what society tells you is important. Discovering is driven by internal wisdom, the voice of God guiding you toward your true path. When you make this shift, you stop asking, "Where can I find a job?" and start asking, "What was I created to do?" You stop forcing doors open and start recognizing the ones that God is already unlocking for you. And this is where most people struggle. They're so used to forcing things, applying to hundreds of jobs, grinding away at things that don't fulfill them, trying to make something work instead of allowing the right path to reveal itself. But your purpose doesn't work that way. It's not something you stumble upon by accident. It's something that is revealed when you stop striving and start listening. Because whether you realize it or not, God has already placed the answers inside you. And in the next section, we'll talk about how to recognize them. Section 4, recognizing the signs of your purpose. How do you know when you're on the right path? How do you know if the opportunities and encounters you experience are signs guiding you toward your purpose, or just random events? The truth is, God speaks to you constantly, but it's up to you to recognize the signs. These signs are not always loud or dramatic. They're often subtle, whispers that get lost in the noise of everyday life. But once you start paying attention, you'll realize that they've been there all along. God communicates through your gifts, your passions, and the things that excite you. These are not mere hobbies or distractions. They are indications of what you were created to do. Ask yourself these questions. What excites you? What activities make you feel alive, as if you're doing exactly what you were meant to do? What feels easy? These are not accidents. The things you do naturally, the talents you possess, are part of God's divine plan for your life. When do you feel most connected to your higher self? These moments are not coincidences. They're glimpses into your purpose. For example, if you find yourself deeply fulfilled when helping others, it might be a sign that your purpose lies in serving, teaching, or healing. If you love creating, whether it's writing, painting, or building, perhaps your calling is to bring beauty and innovation into the world. You don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it down. It's already within you, waiting to be recognized and nurtured. But God doesn't always reveal everything at once. Sometimes, He guides you step by step. The pieces of your purpose fall into place as you move forward. Trust the process and remain open to the guidance around you. It might not always be clear in the moment, but once you start reflecting on your experiences, you'll begin to see patterns. Events and people that seemed unrelated may actually be divine connections. Opportunities that seem to come out of nowhere could be the doors God is opening just for you. In the next section, we'll discuss how to cultivate these gifts and develop the talents God has blessed you with. Section 5, developing your gifts. God has given each of us unique gifts, abilities, and talents designed for a specific purpose. These gifts are not random. They are the tools that will help you fulfill your divine mission. But simply recognizing your gifts isn't enough. You must actively develop them. Think of your gifts like a seed. Just as a seed needs water, sunlight, and care to grow into a tree, Your gifts require attention, nurturing, and practice to flourish. It's up to you to invest time and energy into cultivating them. Here's where the journey becomes active. Developing your gifts doesn't mean becoming perfect at everything right away. It's about being consistent, staying open to learning, and using those gifts for a higher purpose. Ask yourself these questions. What comes naturally to me? What do you do with ease without thinking too much? What excites me? What activities make time fly by because you're so immersed in them? What do I love to share with others? Your gifts are meant to be shared with the world. What do you love doing that might bring value to others? If you love writing, create something that will inspire or teach others. If you have a talent for motivating others, use that gift to encourage and lift up the people around you. Don't be afraid to fail or make mistakes. Developing your gifts is not about being perfect. It's about growth. Remember, God isn't looking for perfection, but for your willingness to use what you've been given. It's about the commitment to fulfilling the potential that's already inside you. Sometimes, the path to developing your gifts involves stepping outside of your comfort zone. You may face challenges or setbacks, but each one is an opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your abilities. And even when things don't go as planned, trust that God is still working behind the scenes. In the next section, we'll explore the importance of trusting the process. The journey isn't always clear, and it can feel frustrating when you don't see the full picture. But as you'll discover, trusting the process is a key element to walking in your purpose. Section 6. Trusting the process. Walking in God's plan is a journey of faith. It's a journey that requires trust. Trust that even when things don't seem to make sense, God is working behind the scenes for your good. Often, the path to fulfilling your purpose won't be immediately clear, and the answers may not come as quickly as you'd like. But remember, trust is the cornerstone of this process. Faith means stepping forward even when you don't have all the answers. Sometimes God will only show you the next step, and that's enough. It's easy to want to know the entire plan, but God's wisdom is greater than our understanding. He asks us to trust Him, step by step, knowing that He will reveal what's needed in due time. When the path seems unclear, or when you face setbacks or delays, it's essential to remember that these are not failures but opportunities. Obstacles are often part of the plan. They help you grow stronger, teach you valuable lessons, and prepare you for what's next. In moments of doubt or frustration, practice gratitude. Thank God for every step, even the ones that don't make sense yet. Trusting the process is not passive. It requires an active mindset. Gratitude allows you to see God's hand at work, even in the midst of challenges. You may also be tempted to control everything around you, trying to force doors open, manipulate situations, or predict every outcome. But this is where faith truly comes into play. Instead of trying to control the outcome, you're invited to surrender and allow God to lead the way. Let go of your worries and trust that the plan He's designed for you is perfect, even if it's not always clear. As we move into the next section, we'll explore the power of God's abundant provision. This isn't about accumulating wealth or trying to build security with your own effort. It's about living in alignment with God's plan and experiencing the abundance that flows naturally from that alignment. I'll continue. Section 7. Living in abundance. God's plan for your life doesn't just involve your career or your physical journey. It extends to every aspect of your existence: relationships, health, opportunities, and personal fulfillment. When you align yourself with His will, you begin to experience true abundance, a wealth that's not just monetary but touches every corner of your life. This abundance is a flow of divine resources that is never ending. Money, though often seen as a primary measure of success, is merely a tool. True abundance encompasses peace, energy, love, and blessings that cannot be quantified by a bank balance. It's an inexhaustible supply that keeps replenishing itself as you walk in your divine purpose. Unlike the world's definition of success, which is based on hard work, stress, and the constant need to fill the bucket, God's abundance is a continuous stream. The more you give, the more it flows back to you, without depleting your energy, your resources, or your peace. It is not limited by time or human effort. God does not want you to live in fear of not having enough. He doesn't want you to chase after material things in a constant state of anxiety, wondering if you'll ever have enough. Your purpose is not to survive by accumulating wealth, but to live fully, knowing that everything you need will be provided at the right time. Living in abundance requires a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on scarcity, you embrace the truth that God is your provider. As you walk in your divine purpose, the right opportunities, relationships, and experiences will unfold in your life. Trust in God's timing and His plan for you, and watch as abundance flows into every area of your life. But as we move forward, we'll take a deeper dive into how to truly discover your purpose. It's not just about dreaming big, it's about learning how to recognize and align yourself with what God has already planned. Stay with me, because we are about to uncover the specific steps you can take to begin your journey of purpose and abundance. Section 8: How to Discover Your Divine Plan. Now that you've heard about the power of living in abundance, the next essential step is discovering your unique divine plan. Finding your purpose isn't just about searching for meaning in the chaos of life. It's about aligning with what God has already mapped out for you. It's a journey of patience, trust, and faith, one that begins with a deep connection to your inner self and to God's guiding voice. Here are the 4 critical steps to help you find your divine purpose. Step 1: Listen with intention. The first step toward discovering your purpose is to stop and listen. In a world full of distractions, true listening requires intention. This means setting aside time for reflection, prayer, and quiet moments where you can connect with the divine without outside interference. Ask yourself, God, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go? Don't expect immediate answers. Sometimes God's voice is subtle, delivered in feelings, intuition, or quiet signs. Create a space for these revelations to come through. Keep a journal to capture any thoughts or inspirations that arise. Your path will reveal itself over time. Step 2: Watch for signs. God communicates with us in numerous ways, but we often miss the signs because we're too busy or distracted. It could be a person entering your life at the right time, an unexpected opportunity, or a recurring symbol or number. Sharpen your awareness and observe the patterns around you. These are not coincidences. They are divine messages meant to guide you. When you notice these signs, pay attention and ask yourself, what is God showing me through this? It could be a lesson, an opportunity, or a path you need to take. Step 3: Develop your gifts. Each of us is born with unique talents, passions, and gifts. These gifts are not accidents. They are divine tools designed to fulfill your purpose. To discover your purpose, you must first identify and develop your natural abilities. What brings you joy? What do you do effortlessly that others find difficult? These are clues to your divine calling. Don't just recognize your gifts, cultivate them. Invest time and energy into them, and begin using them for a higher purpose. God doesn't ask for perfection, only for your dedication to developing and using what He has given you. Step 4: Trust the process. The final step is trust. Trust in the process, even when you can't see the entire picture. God doesn't always show you the full path, but He reveals the next step. It's easy to want to control everything or to have all the answers right now, but faith is about walking step by step, even when you don't understand the full picture. Trust that God is working behind the scenes and that every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Let go of the need to control and trust in God's perfect timing.